Hey everybody, this is Dr. Dain. Welcome to this installment of the Tour of Consciousness. I have my tourist hat on because my other hat is not good. Anyway, from lovely Costa Rica, baby. Check it out, where I get to do one of my favorite things in the world. We're here for an Access Consciousness Facilitators class, and we start every morning, well, I start every morning with a horseback ride. And I was just introduced to a new horse, and wow, I gotta say, it's interesting because every horse has a different personality. But every element of consciousness has a different thing to it you could call a personality. And what I'm wondering is, what are the elements of consciousness in your life that would contribute to you, but you're not asking? Recently, my body was really sick and not doing well, or maybe it's sick, I don't know. It wasn't feeling well, let's put it that way. And I was talking to my friend Gary, and he said, hey, what you need to do is receive from the inanimates. And I was like, the inanimates. Now, I sort of get a sense of what that means. I've been doing this work for a while, right? And he's like, yeah, rather than thinking you're going to get from people, start receiving from everything else around you. He said, you know, one of the things we talked about in Access for years is every molecule has consciousness. And if you'll allow, for example, if you'll allow the ground underneath you, when we say inanimate, what we mean is things that don't move on their own, okay? So like the ground underneath you, for example, the walls in your house, the carpet, the chairs, every element of that has consciousness. And if you just take a moment to tap into it, get a sense of the consciousness. And for me, there's sort of this sense of like movement, I don't know, presence, energy, light, something, however it shows up for you. But what happens is it literally will contribute to your body. Now, when I was sick and I had to go facilitate for 4 days in a row, this is what I used to help keep my body going because nothing else was working. So every time my body would feel really drained, I'd go, okay, receive from the inanimates, receive from the inanimates. I know it can sound kind of weird, kind of airy-fairy, and either you get it or you don't. You like this particular tool or you don't. That's cool. My job is just to share the tools. That's what I'm doing here. So what other elements of consciousness can you receive from that you didn't even think of? And if you allowed yourself to receive from the inanimate objects, also the ones that don't currently move, like even the buildings, the concrete, the car, the engine of the car, the tires, the metal, it's like, if you tap into it for just a second, you actually start to get this sense of, it's almost like you can follow it through when it was an element in the earth and its life cycle. It's the weirdest thing, because once again, every element has consciousness. Please start allowing the elements of the universe to contribute to you, even if they don't have a face, okay? Because you know the plants and the animals and the trees, you know that. You know nature will contribute to you. Well, what if everything else did too? Then you could have that energy no matter where you are, in your hometown, in a city, at work, or whatever. Okay, I think I have beaten that horse enough for today. Thanks for being part of the Tour of Consciousness. And what if you, truly being you, receiving from everything, is the gift, the change, and the possibility this world requires. See you later. Bye.